My apologies if I sniff a bit. My hay fever, I think, is nearly under control, but my nose does feel that it wants to sneeze. Have a go. Oh my goodness, my iPad has just decided to do an update. So hopefully I've got enough in front of me for us to start the meeting properly. Do we have any apologies for absence and substitutions? Councillor Wilkinson.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, apologies from Councillor Brooks, and Councillor Sandra Barnes is substituting.
Thank you. Councillor Martin Smith.
Thank you, Chair. Apologies from Councillor Sam Smith. We don't have a substitute.
Thank you. And then I think that's it. Apart from that, we're all present. So I'd like to move on to approve as a correct record the minutes of the meeting held on the 19th of April.
Move.
Would somebody, thank you, would someone like to second that? Thank you very much, Rachel. So with that, can we all show our approval? Are there any declarations of interest? No, I can see no one wanting to declare an interest. So with that, I'm quite happy to move on to the proposed taxi licensing fees for 2022-23. I'm sure you've all read the report of the corporate director and have noted the various emails and messages within the report and in addition to the report. Even today there was a new email. But I expect that you've all read the paperwork. Does anyone have any questions? Councillor Wilkinson.
Thank you, Chair. You just referenced another email today. I don't.
It might have come yesterday evening, but only forwarded today.
I don't believe I've received.
No, that. Oh, actually, it was not. That was for the later item on the agenda.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry,
yes.
I'm confusing myself. I do apologise. There have been a few emails. Okay, but does anyone have any questions about the report itself? Councillor Smith.
Yes, thank you, Chair. There's reference made to the full review. I'm not sure if I've missed something. Could we have an explanation of what the full review is like, what it's likely to be looking at, and when there's likely to be a report back on that, please?
Are you able to answer that, Kevin? You've got a timescale, etc.
Yes, Chair, I can pick that up. So, officers, thank you, Councillor. So, officers have been tasked with carrying out a full review. What that means is we're going to be looking at all the components of the licensing and application process to make sure that all the fees that have been obtained are correctly apportioned to the right area of the licensing process and that they are open and transparent. Officers are working on that with colleagues in finance at the moment, and whilst I can't give you a particular deadline tonight, it's safe to say that that is a priority piece of work for the Council and the licensing team moving forward.
Thank you. I will say that we did a similar review a few years ago when some changes from the government came into being. So we took a very big review into what it was. And Andy Callingham was the service manager at the time, and Dave Wakelin was the director that I worked with on that review. But I'm pleased that we're having another one now. Yeah. So are there any more questions?
Can I just come back on that one, though? Is this review, to be fair, being led because of the complaints by the gentleman who's a taxi driver, who's making various insinuations, isn't he, that money's been diverted to customer services rather than within the taxi business or the taxi licensing side of the council? Is that the real reason why this review is taking place?
Perhaps if I could answer that one. Thank you, Councillor Smith. I think it's clear in the report. It's on the basis of objections that were received through the process of them going out to advert, and there has been significant changes in the procedures in the way that things are done through the COVID pandemic that are going to remain in place going forward. And so on that basis, it feels an appropriate time to undertake that review. So yes, in answer to your question, but that's not the only reason.
Okay, I'm just checking there are any more questions. If not, it's simply a recommendation to go back to what we had prior to going out to consultation this time in the interim. So I would like to move that we approve the modified fees and charges as detailed in Appendix 2 of the report to come into effect from the 1st of June 2022. Then once we've had the review, we will make other decisions if necessary. I move that. Would someone like to second that? Thank you, Councillor Wilkinson. Thank you. All those in favour, please show. Thank you very much. That was unanimous. Thank you for that. I'm sure it will be a very thorough review, and I look forward to reading the final report. So thank you. Got this bit. I printed my agenda off in case my computer didn't like doing what I wanted it to do today, so I can move forward on the agenda. I don't have any other items which I consider urgent, so I'd like to move that we exclude the press and public. Will someone second that motion? Thank you, Clive. So goodbye, press and public, unless if everybody agrees. Thank you very much. Please show. Thank you, unanimous. So I think they're gone.